Now then, people, it's Joe, it's all Leeds TV, and it's time for your Leeds versus Newcastle post-match chat. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so, and smash a like on the video. Let's see if we can get to over 1,000 likes on this video. It massively helps us, massively helps the channel. With all the hard work we've been putting in lately, please smash a like on the video. You don't realise how much it helps us, so please do that. And let's get into the game. Listen, it wasn't vintage Leeds United, and that second half was really, really poor. But on reflection, even just finishing, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, at the end of the day, 3 points is all that mattered tonight for Leeds United. I know it wasn't vintage Leeds, and we've got some tough tests coming up against Leicester and Everton in the next two. But having going 3 games without no wins and no goals, all that mattered tonight was to get on the score sheet and take 3 points away from St James's Park. Look, we made Newcastle look good. This is always the Leeds United way. I mean, Newcastle fans will probably be, enthused by that second half performance, and rightly so. But from a Leeds perspective, I get it. A lot of us will be like, what was all that about, man? This is a team that hadn't won in 10. I think the frustrating thing for me as a Leeds United fan is the last time they scored from open play was against Leeds United 10 games ago. They've scored from open play again tonight against Leeds United. And that tells us more about us and how poor we can be at times defensively, because in that second half, we were pretty poor. But look, on reflection, as I said, 14 points off the drop zone after, halfway through, more or less, 12th in the league. I think we're only like 7 points off European, off the top 6, 26 points. It's an absolutely huge return. And I think the big thing as well, and this is why when people have a go at Leeds United and think it's all overhyped, we're a newly promoted side and we now have 8 wins on the board. The same as Arsenal, Chelsea and Southampton. So what more can you ask for? I know it wasn't vintage Leeds, but 8 wins on the board, 26 points. We won tonight, and that's all that matters for me. Start of the game, no click, massive, massive call. I think it was more due to the fact that we expected Newcastle to go with 2 up top. So he switched it around. Obviously, they didn't. They chose to go with 5 at the back. Wilson in there on his own up top, which meant, we probably had to shuffle things around prior to the game. But no click is a big call. That's just the second league appearance that he's missed under Bielsa. The first one being against Derby when he was still pissed. So that's absolutely huge from Bielsa to do that. And I thought Stuart Dallas did well in there today, especially in that second half. I think overall, in the first half, my apologies, because second half we were really, really poor. But maybe that gives Click a kick up the arse. I personally think when he came on, he didn't do a lot. I was excited by Roberts. I thought Roberts did okay when he came on. And, of course, Meslier, it was nice to see him back in goal. Although today I think his distribution was a bit wayward. I think our decision-making coming out from the back wasn't great either. And we were our own worst enemies at times. And the amount of times Meslier kept clipping it out to the wings, looking for the head of an Ayling, an Alioski or a Dallas, whoever was there, and it'd go out of play, or the head would be met by a Newcastle player, especially in that second half. It got a little bit frustrating, but I thought for me the first 15, 20 minutes we looked great, and I thought we could get a couple here against Newcastle. I thought the right-hand side, if you look at the way the goal was scored as well, just pressing relentlessly. I think going back to that right-hand side, I know it didn't come from that, but the work that we did. I know Harrison scored a great goal in the second half, but he had a similar opportunity in the first, but he chose not to take a first touch and chose to swipe at the ball, and he shinned it, and it went out. But the work prior to that move was absolutely exceptional between Ayling, Rafinha, Rodrigo, just one-touch stuff, absolutely unreal. And the more that Ayling and Rafinha play together, the more that will come in, because Rafinha, again, was exceptional tonight. Goal and an assist. What more can you ask for? This kid cost 70 million. He's an exceptional talent. To the goal, though, I mean, Alioski, props off Alioski, pressed on Murphy, nicked the ball away into Bamford. Great running from Rodrigo, as is always the case from Rodrigo. If you watch Rodrigo when we're playing, whenever he wins the ball, or if he wins it on the halfway line, or he does one of them turns and plays a nice pass into Rafinha, just watch that guy bust a gut. Watch him bust a goal. The goals tonight, they did a bit of analysis on BT in that first half, and just look how many bodies Leeds United get into that box: 6, 7, 8 bodies. It's absolutely relentless at times. And look, it's a great goal. Bamford gives it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo, unselfish. It was a tight angle anyway, but maybe our lesser players, as it were, like an Alioski, maybe even Bamford at times, probably swings a foot at it, just has a go. But Rodrigo has the football brain to take a step back. If you watch as well, Rafinha runs in, checks his run, leaves Lewis, just picks the corner, really easy. Darlow, no chance, you know, and it's a good goal. Obviously, prior to that, we lose Llorente. Llorente gets his first start, 9 minutes in, down, hammy, gone. Probably won't see him at the weekend. Have we bought a broken footballer? It's such a shame because the likes of Forshaw and Llorente, etc., if Llorente's injuries persist, probably get game times at other clubs. But with Bielsa, you have to be at peak fitness. And this is where maybe the overworking that people say, the burnout, etc. But they do go through a lot. And obviously he's pulled up in the game. And I don't think we'll see him for a while because hammies are always a bad one, aren't they? So, yeah, apart from that, I'm just happy with the 3 points, but it's disappointing to see Llorente. Having said that, Pascal came on. I think Pascal's a great centre-back personally. He's so much better there than a CDM. And I thought he played well tonight for me, Pascal. People might disagree, but I thought he was decent. And look, from that point, from after that first 15, 20 minutes, for me, Newcastle were in the ascendancy. We're in the ascendancy, I think, especially in the second half. I mean, our pass accuracy was 66%. We made it easy for them. So many errors, so many wrong decisions in tight areas. I remember there was one with Harrison and Alioski combining, and Murphy got a lovely ball in. I think it was Fraser who hit it first time. I thought Fraser looked dangerous. Almiron, St. Maximin when he came on as well. And I think in the end, Newcastle had 22 shots to Leeds' 9. You know, that's so unlike us, And look, even Shah in that second half, I think the thing is with the man-marking system, if a centre-back who can carry the ball beats Roberts, I think it was at the time, or a Bamford or a Rodrigo to the punch and beats them to the ball, they get a free run. They get a free run on. We see it week after week after week. You know, we've seen it with McTominay, and you could continue. We see it all the time. And Shah was allowed to run at that ball. He had an effort at goal at one point, and it fell to Wilson, who couldn't quite convert it. But I think it was about 3 or 4 times that Shah run from it, you know, from the back into dangerous areas. Obviously, Almiron's goal was well worked, but again, it was an error. I think it was Bamford trying to play in Ayling. I think the frustrating thing is when we're trying to play these intricate passes between the players, it's when there's not enough oomph on the ball and you just see a laboured little flick and you're like, for fuck's sake, man, it's 5 yards, you know, which it can be so frustrating and seeing them score from that. But it was a well-worked goal. It was a well-worked goal. Shelby, decent passing, nice little touch. I think from Wilson into Almiron. And Almiron, I mean, Melier got a hand to it, but he just powered it in. I thought Almiron looked good, but I think we made him look good. You know, and that's the frustrating thing. Leeds very rarely are outplayed. It's more a case of we gift opportunities. We make mistakes, you know. And that's, say what you want about Rodrigo, etc. But when you see him get that ball and he drops his shoulder and he plays a pass to Rafinha or whoever it may be, the more we have players of that quality, the less mistakes we will make, for me personally. And that's why we need to bring bodies in, not in January, because it ain't going to happen. If you want it to happen, it ain't going to happen. We'll be fine. We're going to be fine. You know, we're 14 points off the drop zone. We're in 12th. We've got 8 wins on the board, same as the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, Southampton. I know Chelsea and Arsenal aren't the same Chelsea and Arsenal of old, but it's still a decent mark for a team that have just come up into the division. 26 points at this stage is absolutely huge for Leeds United. At that point, you know, I said on the watch along, thank you for everyone that watched as well. Crazy numbers, crazy likes. Thank you. Smash a like on this video. Let's get to 1,000 likes, people. But for me, Newcastle looked in the ascendancy, you know, and it wasn't long after that we managed to score. And Rafinha, again, what a lovely pass. What a lovely pass, and what a finish from Jack Harrison. It's a lovely dink pass. Jack Harrison's reaction, because we don't have the sound, because we're doing the watch along, I thought it was offside. He didn't even react, but that's the difference, you see. He took his time with that one. Lovely. Left foot outside of Darlow, no chance. That same opportunity came to him in the first half, and he didn't take a touch. Maybe he learned from that and think, I'm going to take a touch this time. So he had the time on the first one as well. But it's a lovely finish and leads to 2-1 up. And look, we were holding on. Newcastle had chance after chance. As I say, 22 shots to Leeds' 9. But ultimately, now, sitting on it, on reflection, not vintage Leeds, not a great performance. Do I care? No. All I care about is 3 points. Look at it from that standpoint, where we are in the division. Don't know what happens now for Newcastle and Steve Bruce, but they've got to be, you know, enthused by that performance. But Leeds, We needed that win because we've got two very tough games coming up against Leicester and Everton. And, you know, we might not get anything from them games. I know we beat Everton last time out, but that could be the case. And at least we've picked up 3 points tonight against a Newcastle team that we should be beating. Had we not beaten, it would have still been okay. But the meltdown would have been crazy. And I understand it as well, had we not won that game, because obviously going 3 games without a win against Brighton, against Crawley, you understand Spurs, but then you're thinking, oh God, what's going on here? So the 3 points was all that mattered tonight, and I'm overjoyed with that. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please smash a like on the video. We're going to hit 1K on this video. Share, subscribe, and join us for player ratings and watch the rest of the content coming out from Leeds United. We need you as well. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a fans react post-match chat. So if you want to get involved, drop a DM and we'll speak and we'll get you on the channel. But thank you so much as always, and I'll see you in a bit. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.